Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to keep the liquor vibes for me this month while I'm, cleansing my body and my soul of liquor. So welcome
Yeah,
to another
man.
episode of Marvel Talk. Marvel Talks, goddamn. Safe place for keeping it play where we keep it kosher every time, all the time. It's your boy SL. It's the boy T. I gotta get back into the game. I'm been potting a couple of weeks. I felt like I'm, when you get back, you just want to shoot a couple, and the jumper just it's not there. The first couple of shots, let me get into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Like the
know?
season starting over, we was in the off season. We took like 3 weeks off.
Yeah, I mean, it usually happens around this time, every year. There's a lot of birthdays, events going on. Your lady's birthday was here, your wedding, like
Yeah.
I had a birthday. So, people fall, the end of the summer, beginning of fall is a very hectic time. September baby, October babies are, we out here.
With a lot of people, parents was just fucking, I guess, 9 months ago.
It makes sense, the beginning of the year, January.
Yeah.
Just you go ham on the joint. You know what I'm saying?
New Year, yeah. See, I once almost had a New Year's baby as well. Like New Year's Eve, it's like when you have a good New Year's Eve or you bring in the New Year real good, you're just, it can happen. It can happen like that.
Yeah, but man, how you been, T, man? How's life been changing the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, still, I don't know if people tell me in a new crib, new spot,
Yeah, man.
Relocated. I don't know if I'm gonna disclose where I'm at yet.
Yeah,
But
nice.
got back, traveled to Colombia, did a little vacation. It was very beautiful, new experience, new culture. That was dope. Spent some, what I'm saying, good time, good food, a little hot, rode a jet ski for the first time.
Okay, getting money.
That was fun. That was fun. But it also made me think about like the cost of living in other countries, bro. Pretty cheap, man. If you was making U.S. money in Colombia, like working remotely or whatever, you just getting the U.S. bread, you be living real good, man.
I think when we talked on the phone, told me that, I thought about it, man. Like, how would they know? Because I work from home right now. How would they know if I just left the country and was just working? So as long as I found the internet probably isn't as good, so I would assume that.
But you could secure that. You'd be like, all right, I'm gonna make sure I'm in a place with great Wi-Fi, pay that little extra, whatever. But I don't think you could do it without telling your job, like, hey, I no longer live in the United States. I live in Colombia. Like they're gonna be like, we have a meeting, in-person meeting that you gotta come to. It ain't gonna work out like that.
You can't just if they don't like springing on me, right? Give me like a week too. Like, we're trying to have a team to get together. I can make something shake,
You could, but then you got to deal with, visa shit.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the situation. You got to deal with visa shit. And if I'm in Colombia, I don't want to get taxed. My North Carolina.
Oh yeah, the Colombian government, they're gonna have a way to come down on you, like, oh, you making this much, because like the money go further, but I'm sure they taxes is different down there too. Shit, they might be 80%, something crazy like that.
Yeah, you gotta worry about the cartel. I don't know what's worse, cartels or the gangs around here, but I think cartels a little bit worse. They'll probably come get your run up in your spot for real.
But the cartels are probably worse but we got the government, nigga, so that's a big ass cartel.
Well, that's good that you get to get out the country, you know what I'm saying? Experience the world. Out of town Poppy, that's your new name? Is that what you
get some stamps on my passport? They was trying, you know what I'm saying? Somebody was trying to give me Poppy as a nickname. I was like, nah, I don't really feel like I'm gonna be a Poppy. It's enough Poppies out here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe be like a Jefe, a boss. You know what I'm saying?
Did you drink? Were you indulging in Colombian spirits, like drinking, tequila?
Oh, they had drinking a lot of tequila. They had a beer. It's Colombian beer. It's called Club Colombia. And when I tell you, we probably drank 48 bottles. We had like so many cases of this beer. Like the beer was just really good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they brew it, whatever they do, but the Club Colombia is a great beer. And then, you know, it's a lot of tequila, man. I've been drinking Don Julio for almost a month straight now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we drank the Reposado, and then the white, that Blanco, Don Julio. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, niggas been still on, they're still on it.
Respect that good vibes, man. I was living through you on your stories, man. So, and again, y'all flooded the timelines. Lots of black love. Shout out to my man Sturge. You know what I'm saying? He was
the minority. We had one white couple.
Yeah, but lots of black love in another country. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I love to see black people travel. How was the airports, man? Was it crowded? Was you dealing with E.T.s or full planes?
It was. You know, so coming in and out of the country, airport wasn't that bad. Flying internationally, but when we was doing that domestic, like we had to fly from Charlotte to Miami and then Miami to Columbia. So that the domestic flights, and then coming back, we went Miami to where we go? Yeah, we went Miami to Richmond, and that Miami International, that shit was crazy, man. Especially that terminal. You know what I'm saying? That was probably the most crowded. But other than that, you know, we didn't have no problem. Didn't miss our flights. One of our flights did, like, we was on the runway for like maybe 40 minutes, an hour, because they couldn't get they couldn't get something to retract. Either they couldn't get the baggage thing to retract, or they couldn't get, you know, that walkway they put to the door. They couldn't get this shit to retract. So nothing was wrong with the plane. They was just like, yo, we can't move until they retract this shit. And it took them and so we had a real early flight. So I'm knocked. You know what I'm saying? And so I slept through all of that, but it didn't really fuck up. We had a long layover, so it just cut into our layover. But other than that, safe travels, made it back in one piece, you know, back to reality now. Gotta get this American money.
You didn't think about me and the plug down there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You thought about it, but you know, it's like you're a foreigner, you know what I'm saying? You are not, you know what I'm saying? And they know that they don't just let people, I just know they're not letting niggas in like that. I'm sure if I spent more time, you know, give me a month in Colombia, I'll be shaking hands with the right people, maybe, you know, come back to me, you know what I'm saying? I'll become a little trafficker or something, but you know, 4 days wasn't enough time for me to get, you know what I'm saying, get my feet wet in that way.
Okay, well, listen, I love to see black people, you know, traveling the world, getting outside, you know, this country here, and you know, seeing what's outside, you know, the experience in the world. You know, you're becoming a world travel man. You know what I'm saying?
Getting there.
Memphis, Colombia, what's next for you, man?
Los Angeles. I want to do the I want to do the south of France, or shout out to Chris, if people know Chris studied abroad in the south of France. I would like to do that, or Greece, or maybe Italy.
Greece sounds dope. I've never been to Greece, you know. Shout out to Ross, you know, every time I think about Greece, I think of Santorini, Greece.
Santorini.
That's a great song. It is. And it makes me, like, I was talking to somebody today, or not today, this weekend. I was like, I can't listen to Ross unless I have a certain amount of money in my bank account. Like Ross is actually, I'll take that back. I listen to him when I have a certain amount of money in my bank account, or when I have a certain amount of like money I spent too much money and I need to get money. He's motivated for me to go get money. Like niggas, like everybody talks about it, like this is getting money music, like hustler music. Ross is hustler music because why? Because he talks about all the lavish things that I wish I could have.
100%.
And I feel broke. Like I feel so broke listening to him that makes me want to go get it. You know what I'm saying? This is the same nigga that makes Wingstop feel luxurious. Wingstop is mid-tier chicken wings. And he makes Wingstop feel luxurious. Like you gotta get some lemon pepper wings. It's amazing.
It's hustler music. Say what you want about Ross, but he make that luxurious quality shit. And if you're not living that, it make you want to get it. And if you are, say you left them on, you just drop some shit. you be like, let me play some Ross, let me play some Maybach music shit because I feel I got that feeling. But yeah, man. Traveling is something that I definitely gotta continue to do. And I gotta get them stamps on the passport, man, because like I was talking about working in Colombia, but like you never know, you might go to a country and find out like, nah, this is where I want to live out my days. You know what I'm saying? Like America is great. You know, this is what we know, is where we was born, but you might find a country and you're like, yo, this is me right here. And then, you know, you'd be like, Terry ain't lived in the States in 15 years. This nigga been in south of France since 2022.
Yeah. I think if I had a country that I would do something like that, it would have to be like in the Caribbean. I feel like the Bahamas or something like that. Well, maybe not the Bahamas, but like Antigua or something like that, you know?
That's what I'm saying. You gotta go to know. You
Yeah.
like, and then it might just be a place you go every year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, bam, like, you know, every year we go here because this place I feel right here. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta get out there. So still doing the United States. I got some more trips. You know, Doc just moved to a different state. So we're gonna go out there and visit him. It'll be my first time going out there. So we got a lot more traveling in us, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, life's good over here. You know, I still got a job. You know, still live in my same house. You know, I don't think I've had no real developments with my life lately. I'm 31. People don't know. So
that's a development.
That is a development, you know. Yeah, that's about it. You know, I still got a good amount of hair on my head.
That's a major key right there.
I still can fuck pretty well, so I think that's okay. So you know,
that's vital for your self-care, you know, your self-esteem, man. You know, to be able to have a good active sex life, you know.
Yeah, so you know, I think that's I think I'm pretty good there. I don't no real developments on my side, but yeah, I don't think so. But I want to get into Keep It Funky real quick. You know, it's been a while since we've gone and did some Keep It Funkies. You know, it's been a couple of weeks. So, you know, I was realizing, you know, we R&B heads. You know, one of my favorite songs is "I'm Still in Love with You."
Great song.
And I thought it was a ballad about just loving your woman. You know, like, you know, over time things happen or whatever. And I realized it's about the guy getting caught cheating and trying to get his woman back. And I'm gonna do one of your segments. I'm gonna read some of these lyrics.
Please do, because I'm running them back in my head right now a little bit.
First song. Oh, what can I do, girl? So much in love,
girl.
Okay, here we go. Because your friends got you thinking, and it's affecting you. That's toxic. That's toxic.
That's toxic.
Because listen, a toxic nigga is gonna tell a woman, yo, you need to stop listening to your friends. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they probably put it in their head that you're a fuck nigga because you did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What can I do, girl? So in love, girl. And I don't know what to do because I don't want to lose you. No.
That's a very key line. You don't want to lose her. What'd you do to lose her?
What would I do without your love? Baby, it's from above. So you don't
believe what your friends tell you about me.
Listen. Come on now.
Okay. Can I pause you for a second?
Yeah, pause it.
Two lines about the friends.
There's 3 lines. There's another line for you.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm still the man for you. And I'm still the man that's true. I'm still the man who's lucky. And I'm still in love with you. It don't matter what your friends do. It's just
see, that's what I was gonna speak about, right? He's talking like women who don't have a man often have a lot of opinions about people that do have men, right?
Sure.
So that's the indictment against friends. Your friends talking shit about us, our relationship, what we going through, but your friends ain't even got no man. Your friends ain't happy. And another layer to this, these are rich niggas.
True.
So your friends don't even know how to keep a man, let alone keep a rich nigga.
Well, right? We don't know the single. We don't know this.
We don't know this, but we can speculate. I'm gonna say the friends don't got a rich nigga. You the one that got a rich nigga, and your friends giving you advice about how to deal with me when I'm not a normal nigga. You're not a normal girl. This is not a normal relationship. This is a relationship with a lot of money, a lot of access, whatever. And your friends could get in the way of a happy home.
True, but you know why I know? You know why I know this nigga's lying?
Why?
He says, because I know in my heart that my life isn't starts with you. Remember we talked about niggas are quick to say they're gonna kill themselves?
He started talking about death, so you know, he's like, son, I don't got a reason to live if you're not with me. Yeah. It's a manipulation that some men use to let you know, like, my life, it don't mean nothing without you.
It don't.
Side note. Okay. I've been binging the R. Kelly shit, right?
Which one?
The both of them. The first 6 episodes, and then they have part 2. I never watched the first 6, so I watched those, and then I watched part 2 just to talk about that line. He had a suicide pact with bitches. The suicide pact was if he goes to jail or if anything happens to him, that the girls are supposed to kill themselves.
Well, this is in the first 6?
This is in the second one, I believe. Oh. They revealed that he had a suicide pact. That he made them like say, yo, promise me that if I go to jail or if anything happens to me, you gotta kill yourself. Because if you love me like you say you love me, your life won't be the same without me. There's no point in living. You'll kill yourself. He did this with his, this nigga's sick. And it's similar to this line in the song, like, yo, my life isn't started with you. Niggas will use their life, death, suicide to make a woman reevaluate. You know, I'm like, damn, is this nigga really gonna kill himself without me? Do I mean that much to him? Our love is that deep. It's not, you know, that romantic Romeo Juliet shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're right. That's the second side of it. He could be cheating. The friends are telling her like, yo, you're gonna let that nigga keep cheating on you.
Yeah. Or let's not say cheating. Let's just say he's doing it wrong. We don't even know.
Okay, but how do you do a woman wrong, Chris?
Most likely cheating. So we're gonna assume cheating because we're
cheating, neglect, abuse.
He mentions the friends 3 times in this goddamn song. That's in the first chorus and a half. So obviously he's fighting an uphill battle. He's trying to get his woman back, and the friends, she must have a decent amount of friends or a good circle of friends because they are fighting against him. He's fighting 2 people, trying to get his love back, and he's fighting the friends. And you know, that's often a battle men often have to fight in. Knowing the best way to manipulate your woman is gonna help you get your woman back.
Yes, you know? And also if you can sing like Ricky Bell,
true,
it will also help you get your girl back because you know, as you know, love is a roller coaster. You know, there's ups and downs, and it's not smooth. So this is a love song.
It is. Most love songs are great. Most love songs that we love and you know hold dear to our heart are about somebody getting their woman back after they got caught cheating.
Yeah. Like I joke in my comedy about R&B all the time. It's like either you cheated and you messed up, you want to get her back, or she cheated on you, you want to get her back, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's what love is, or you're just happy to like that just got married. Love song is another type of R&B song, but still in love with you.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Now I was thinking about like all the R&B songs that you know I love, and I realized I was listening to Luke Soul Child, and he was talking about fucking his friends, and he was like, you know what, I shouldn't have fucked you. Song Hot Crazy, like that's an interesting concept. Like you know, we always joke like men and women can't be friends, but then he tried it out. He fucked his friend, and he realized I don't even like you like that.
You were better off as friends.
He was better off as friends. We were like, you're not cool as a relationship. You're just cool as the person. So, you know, that's one of my favorite songs too. And I think we need to like, whenever you get close, and I didn't listen to this before I got in a relationship with my relationship.
You hear different shit in songs.
Yeah.
Because I used to sing that song all the time as a kid, but I didn't think like, damn, he's really talking about her friends. Like, damn, I need to get you back because your friend's in your ear telling you that you don't need to be with me.
I mean, that's a battle that niggas face every day, you know.
Yeah, but shout out to the good men that beat the friends, because there's a lot of, you see the meme all the time. It's like, yo, the girlfriend come running to her friends crying about the nigga she broke up with, but they know that she going right back to the nigga in a few days. So shout out to all the niggas that beat the friends and have worn them down to where they don't even listen to their friends. Their friends come to them crying about the nigga, they be like, shut the fuck up, you about to go back.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I gotta clap. There's a ring of honor for toxicity. Those type of niggas are in a ring of honor, you know?
Oh, since we talk about this, I think I sent y'all the story about Terrell Pryor and his baby mom. Like, shorty stabbed him and he flatlined, and he's still back with her.
Yeah.
Listen, if toxic is one thing, it's entertaining and it's not dull. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when you're not involved in it, it's amazing. It's
no, but when you're in it, for two people in a toxic relationship, the drama, it fuels it. The excitement. What is she gonna do next? What is he gonna do next? How far can I push them? And it's dangerous, but it is entertaining for people in it and outside of it.
I mean, you know what? Two things. One, I'm gonna ask you a question. So is this old school, new school toxic?
Stabbing a nigga is old school toxic. New school toxic is you gaslit me, you ghosted me. That's new school toxic. You DM'd you know what I'm saying? Fucking people's friends and DMing people and being a hoe. That's new school. You know what I'm saying? Ghosting, gaslighting, all the therapy and all that's new school. But stabbing a nigga, that's old school. That's
that's good 1970, 1980 toxic,
You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
I stabbed your daddy a couple times, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Shooting at a nigga, she shot at me, you know what I'm saying? That's old school, any type of actual blood being drawn, that's been around for decades.
We do so this new these new blacks, they don't like those type of stories, but I for some reason, the best comedy, the best cinematic experience of stories like that, where or hearing from your parents, God bless them that they had to go through that, but I had to run this nigga over with a car today,
you know what I'm saying?
Damn, for real, I was fucked, I was tripping,
and that makes great. That hole in the wall, you see that hole in the wall? I shot a 45 at the nigga, you know what I'm saying? And I missed. But they still together 30 years later. And we don't want to promote that because we're so conscious of what's not healthy and things of that nature. But like I said, the thrill, it's
yeah. There is something
keeps you alive.
Yeah. Listen, I've been in some wild situations. It is when you're in it, it sucks. But when you get out of it, you're like, yo.
But yeah, especially when you're young, you know what I'm saying? You do a lot of shit, like nigga, just messiness, Hopefully, when you get a certain age, you settle down. You be like, listen, I want a peaceful life. I'm not with the stabbing and the shooting and the cussing and the text messages and the blowing up the phone and the breaking shit.
Yeah.
But for the young, it's for the young. But it looks so sad. It looks worse when the old people doing it. But you can't escape it, man. Relationships are just, they're volatile, man. They're really crazy. There's so many different facets of relationships.
Yeah. But you got something to keep it funky with this week, man?
I do not. I don't have anything.
Okay, well, let's get right into the topics then. Get right to the shits.
Let's get to the shits. We're going to talk about sports. We got a couple sports topics we're going to get into.
Yeah.
How do you feel about white people saying the word nigga?
The average white person.
In rap music. Let's be specific. You know what I'm saying? In the rap song, you know what I'm saying? Niggas in Paris. You know what I'm saying? Niggas all in music. How do you feel about white people saying nigga?
I'm in between.
You're in between. Please explain.
It's not their fault for saying it because they're just enjoying the song and they might get lost in the lyrics and lost in the song.
Okay.
So I will say the average white person. Like it's hard. Like if you're enjoying a song, you know the lyrics front and back. You grew up with these music, you know, blah blah blah, and you're just going like music, especially when you're in the shit. You lose yourself. You lose yourself a little bit. You just like you're in the moment. So I can't get mad if we're like at a concert and like we're in the moment, we're vibing to the artist, and he says nigga because in the lyric.
Mm-hmm.
My pro-blackness is gonna be at like a 5. I'm gonna look. He gonna look at me.
Okay.
And he
Now,
no, don't like.
all right. Bet. Now say this person is 6'9", 300 pounds, heavyweight champion who just defeated a former heavyweight champion who happened to be black in a championship fight, and their name is Tyson Fury, and they say nigga. How you gonna feel about that?
I mean, my pro-blackness is at 3 right there. So
It went down 2 points.
yeah, man, you gotta know and pick choose your battles. You know what I'm saying? 6'9", 300. You got it, bro. I mean, if you're using it aggressively towards me, it seems like if you're using it aggressively towards me,
yes,
I got something for you.
You gotta shoot, nigga. Like that's when shout out to the baby. You know what I'm saying? Bigger nigga get a bigger gun type of lingo. People, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder. It's Deontay.
Yes.
Deontay Wilder.
No, Deontay.
Deontay. Thank you. Who is from Alabama?
We had a tough week this past weekend.
Alabama lost to Mississippi State, right?
No, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, right? Same colors. They lost to Texas A&M, and Deontay Wilder lost to a white gypsy from London. But yeah, Tyson won.
That white boy different.
Yeah, man. White. Listen, he won it. He won it. The fight decisively, knocked him out. Even though he got knocked down a couple times, the fight was a great fight from what I saw. But there's a clip that surfaced after him. He's celebrating the victory. He with his kids listening to Biggie, and he say nigga, and his whole family say nigga. And in this instance, I'm kind of on Chris' side. Like, who gonna check him? Number one, who's gonna check him?
Yes.
And number two, I don't think he was used like this. Is this when white people come in with their argument like, yo, I wasn't using it in a derogatory way. It was part of the song, and this is a valid argument, especially when the nigga 6'9", 300 pounds.
Yeah.
And it was a video of it. I think, first of all, there's going to be backlash to it, but I don't think this is going to tarnish him in any type of way because, first of all, he's a dangerous man, and because of the nature that he did do it in. You know what I'm saying? Now, we can get down to the, you know what I'm saying, you could be that hard line, pro-black person that's like, I don't give a fuck, I don't want nobody saying it, and you have a right to feel that way. But when it comes to me, I'm like, yo, first of all, that nigga's hundreds of thousands of miles away from me. He didn't do it in my presence. He did it online. I can't really check Tyson Fury about anything he said on camera. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? What is the nigga on the internet gonna do or say to
Just tweet, try to cancel him, tell people to stop following him, take money out of his pocket. In more news, more white sports news, Las Vegas Raiders head coach John Gruden, former Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what did he do? What do they call when you resign? He resigned as the head coach after leaked emails of him to a Washington football team executive, and I don't think that should be lost on people. The former Washington Redskins, now the Washington football team, one of their front office people, he was emailing this person. He said stuff about gay people being drafted, called Roger Goodell a faggot. I didn't see the part about the racial slurs, but they said that there was some in there as well. And I just saying, whenever I looked at John Gruden, I got racist vibes from him just looking at him. You know what I'm saying? He's an angry white person, and most angry white people do not like minorities and any type of minorities. And I'm not really surprised by this, but I am surprised by this part of it. Tampa Bay said they're removing his name from their ring of honor in the stadium over this. So we had one case where Tyson Fury, this is very recent, he had a video saying something which is a racial slur. And John Gruden has a bunch of emails where he kind of goes through all the minorities and disrespects them. But John Gruden loses his job, resigns, and is getting some of his accomplishments taken back.
I mean, there's a little bit more to that. So, like, it was so I'm gonna start with one on the throwback tip with John Gruden. He was calling out. He called the NFL player union head, which is a black man. He said something about his lips. Said he basically had like monkey lips or something like that. I can't remember the
oh, damn.
Yeah, it was he made racial epithets or racially toned rhetoric towards the man's lips. Like, basically big lips and shit like that. They called him dumb and shit like that. So he was the head of the PA during like the NFL lockout, right? And he was representing the players. So
John Gruden?
Yeah, John Gruden. And it was his email chain, it was a private email chain. So that's the first thing, right? So this is where I'm on pro-black, right? This nigga, the racial emails came out like Friday or Saturday, right? So it still came out. This nigga still coached the game on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when the rest of the emails came out on Monday night, and then it included like stuff about the homophobia as well as the misogyny, that was when he had to move out. But not when he said something racist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna go into the Dave Chappelle shit. But it's like he can say all this racist shit about black people. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
They'll give him a pass, like, oh, it was 10 years ago, whatever. We're gonna get through it or whatever. But
once he say something about
the other minority groups, that's when it's like, all right, we can't do nothing about it. That's the shit black people be talking about, fam. And
it's plain and it's right in your face because, like you said, he still played the game. Did they lose the game? I think they lost.
They lost.
They lost the game, and they weren't doing. Listen, they started up. They weren't like they didn't have a bad start to the season at all. Like they were 3-1 at one point. Whatever, they're probably 3-2 now. But you're right. It's like those and we'll talk about it later in Dave Chappelle. But watching how they decide what's cancelable and what should be punished versus what doesn't, I think that's definitely because they don't care about black people, and that these other minority groups like gay people and transgender people, they contain people who are white inside of it. You know what I'm saying?
Now you thinking, bro.
There are white transgender people. There are white gay people. There are, you know what I'm saying? And that is why, I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be gay, but I'm white first. So I'm going to flex my muscle in whatever space I got to make sure that I don't let just people publicly talk shit about us or disrespect us and hold any type of position of status. I'm not out here riding for John Gruden in any type of way, but it's just status quo and another piece of evidence to the fact that LGBTQ plus community is strong. And you know what I'm saying? And they don't tolerate no disrespect because a lot of these rich executives who run these companies and organizations be fucking boys, and they're not hiding it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they don't want, and I don't want to be around nobody that looks down on me for anything. Don't look down on me for who I choose to have sex with. Don't look down on me for the color of my skin. Don't look down on me because I have big lips or because, you know what I'm saying? Or because you just, you know what I'm saying? Don't look down on me. I don't want to be around anybody that is one way to my face and another way behind my back. And did you see this? Keyshawn Johnson spoke on it on First Take.
Yeah, and he was like, man, that nigga been trash.
He said, he been that type of motherfucker. He said he was surprised about the racial stuff because he never saw that, but he wasn't surprised about John Gruden being talking behind people's back and being shady like that. You know what I'm saying? So You know,
like,
we.
I'm gonna let you go. I just because I don't want to interrupt you.
No, I'm done.
One thing I want Black people specifically, especially Black people in like these entertainment industries and just in general, when something comes out where someone is racist, misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic, etc., I don't want. I want people to just be like, "Damn, that's tough," instead of like giving them bail, like this guy's a good heart, blah blah blah. He's never done this to me, and like I understand that, but you're not around someone 24/7, especially in private. As we've seen with these emails, when he was comfortable in this group chat, he was in the group chat for the group chat because there was other people associated, other white men associated in his email chain, right? They felt comfortable with each other, and you can only imagine what they say like in private, like when they're on the golf course or whatever, right? So like you're not around these people 24/7 just because he wasn't nasty or he didn't give you no racial vibes. Doesn't mean that nigga's not a racist. Those are the biggest racists. The biggest racists are niggas that's not gonna be racist in front of you.
Yeah, they know how to hide it.
So like, I just want people in the media, especially like I love Tony Dungy, and there's some other. I think the nigga he did Mike Tirico, where he did Mike ESPN. He when he was doing Monday Night Football for a while.
Monday Night Football, or yeah.
And he was like he was a professional. He never did this to me. Of course, he's not gonna fuck up the bag and be racist in front of you, bro. Like let's put two and two together. You don't need to let's stop giving, especially these old white men, passes.
That's why people in the Klan wear hoods.
Yes.
To hide their identity. They have a public persona, and then they have their real leanings around the people that they want. But when you said the thing about the group chat, it's like, yo, we got a group chat, right? And we say that's a safe place. Ain't nobody gonna be exposing it. We say shit in there that we don't want to be put in the public, that we don't want out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's anything that we say that is just downright foul and just whatever. We might make a joke that might be distasteful or something like that.
Sure.
But is there any space where you can't be punished for it laterly publicly? Like, say Apple, there's an Apple leak, and for some reason they leak our group chat, and they're like, 2017, Chris Fuller said this, Terry Mack said this in response, and then we end up losing something out. But now, obviously, I don't think that we're bad people. I think that we're actually present ourselves in public as we actually are. If I feel some type of way about something, a group of people, I say it openly. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's on my social media or on the podcast, I'm not holding my tongue. But sometimes I do know when to shut the fuck up and like, you know what? This ain't right for me to say. Yes. Even though I may feel it. It's just taking John Gruden out of it. It's just that when is something actually gonna always be private? You know what I'm saying? When is there actual privacy? And when is there gonna be like, oh, well, there's no privacy anymore? Well, everything you do in every sphere, in every space, will be up to the judgment of the masses.
I mean, I think that's why the good old boy club is why it's a good old boy club, because for the most part, it's all in private. There's not paper trails of their racism. We know these niggas is racist. We know they're homophobic or misogynistic, but they're not out here putting shit on Front Street. In this good old boy club, they usually do it in these golf courses. Meetings
country clubs,
shit like that, right? In person. So that's where it really gets private. If you want to talk about, is there really privacy? If you're emailing, the emails were from 2011 to 2018. These niggas had a group chat in the emails for 7 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you're emailing on a public forum. Somebody had that in the tuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I think that's the biggest thing, is that somebody, because it came from, like you said, the Washington football team investigation, how they were running shit like a frat house. You know what I'm saying? And then those emails I read, they also had new pictures of the Washington cheerleaders, right? So they were wilding. They were wilding in these emails, bro. They were wilding in these emails.
But see, this is what I'm trying to say though. We're talking about Squid Game later, and this kind of fits in the Squid Game, right? The rich and powerful gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna use people. They're gonna say what they want to do. They're gonna say what they want. They're gonna talk down on people. They're gonna disrespect people. It's kind of par for the course in my mind for how those people operate. And it's like, am I surprised? Like Keyshawn Johnson said, is he surprised by the talk? No. Kind of surprised by the racism because he didn't know that he was just really out here just thinking he better than people because they white or talking shit about or using racial shit to talk about people. You know what I'm saying? It's very interesting, and you know, our society as we continue to wake up and be more conscious and sensitive. I do want people to get called out for they fuckery, and I don't want racist people at the top of organizations and making decisions, or leading, or having top positions in the league when 80% of the league is black. No, you know what I'm saying? Like there's plenty of black coaches that deserve that position that John Gruden has, and the fact that he came back after all them years was fucking weird to me. It's privilege in itself.
Antonio Brown was right.
Antonio Brown bro. Listen. Antonio, I knew the way that he dismissed Khalil Mack, who was a defensive MVP candidate. Like, this has nothing to do with people's play. It's like, oh, you're the type of black I don't like. You know what I'm saying? You don't bow down to me in the way that I want you to bow down to me, or you're not with the program, whatever. So good riddance to John Gruden. That's how I feel about that.
As PR, what do you tell him? What do you as an agent or a manager? Put you in his shoes. What would you do? What would you tell him? Like, bro, you just got. What would you do
if I was John Gruden's agent?
Yeah,
I wouldn't double down, but I would definitely lean into like, yo, who the fuck are y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would really challenge. Just like how you talk about our groups. I'd be like, every single one of you that's looking at me and pointing your finger at me for being an evil person have said things that they don't want anybody to hear, have used racial slurs they don't want nobody to know about, have done the same things that I'm doing. Was I wrong? Yes. But who was out sin cast the first stone. Now I'm gonna step down and I'm gonna remove myself from situation because that's what it seems like people are want, and that's what this is a public organization. So I know that this is a face type of situation, like the face matters so much, and my face got mud on it because of these emails from 10 years ago. And I'm not gonna, and I don't deny it, don't lie about it, but I would turn, you know what I'm saying, try to turn the table and be like, I'm human just like you human. You could try to throw me away, but see, they don't want to do that because John Gruden's fine with throwing people away. He's fine. I'm sure he's fine with the prison system. I'm sure he's fine with the legal system. I'm sure he's fine with throwing people away because they make mistakes. But then when it's his turn to be thrown away because he made a mistake, you know what I'm saying? But if I was his agent, I would try to do that. You know what I'm saying? As best you could, but really he gotta address it at some point because he's gonna be forgiven in some type of way for this. He didn't hurt nobody. He just said some shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, you gotta lay low for like a year.
Yeah, you gotta lay low. You know what I'm saying? You gotta own up to it.
Apologize and just go back to where
you're
from.
He got paid. He got $100 million.
He got $100 million. I don't know if it's all guaranteed, but he played.
It was like $100 million, 10 years. Like this nigga had
if he coached for at least 4 years, he's been a Raiders coach for at least 4 years, so he got $40 million in the tuck right now.
Bro, easy, bro. Now he may not be able to work again like that, but I'm sure he can get a job on a lower level eventually if he wants to.
Man, listen, he got a group chat of niggas. I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, bro, he has a network. It's gonna be all the people in that email thread is gonna be like, man, you know, we got your back. You know what I'm saying? We'll pay you to do some consulting work down the line. You just hot right now.
You think that texting him say you're gonna hold it down, bro? And that's it.
Listen, he got to hold down because those are his allies. If he turn on them, then he ain't gonna have nowhere to turn because the organization's faith, the front, you know what I'm saying, the organization's stance has to be against this type of language because they want to include everybody. They want all the revenue. They want the gay people revenue. They want the transgender. They want the woman revenue. They want the minority revenue. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying, go against them publicly. So whatever. So now we're gonna talk about I think this is our last sports topic. Brooklyn Nets point guard, perennial all-star, NBA champion, Kyrie Irving, won't play or practice until he is eligible under the local COVID-19 vaccination mandate. So he plays in New York City, and in all New York City, I believe, public arenas and spaces, there's a vaccination requirement for you to enter. Kyrie Irving is taking a stance that he will not be vaccinated. And now this is only in New York that you can't go into the arena if you're not vaccinated. So he's eligible to play on many road games, but he's not eligible to play any home games if he does not get vaccinated. So he will be forfeiting some of his salary. But the team went ahead and said if he's not able to fully participate in all games, that he will not practice or play with the team until he's vaccinated. So this came out, I believe today or yesterday sometime. And you know, COVID, the COVID and the vaccination and all of that, you know, it's a topic that's top of the news every day. You know what I'm saying? Like people not taking it, people getting sick, people not getting sick, people getting vaccinated, still being sick. People now it's becoming New York State is one of the first states to mandate it. You know, they got hit really hard with it, so they're making it to where you have to be vaccinated for some jobs. And you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know what's the right thing to do. I can't tell Kyrie Irving what to do. I know that there's a mandate, there's a law, and the law says that if you're not vaccinated, you can't enter these arenas. You can't play, and he has a choice to make. They're primed for a championship run. You know what I'm saying? He's part of that team. He's an all-star on that team. You know, people are coming out and saying, people on both sides are saying everything. Like, shout out to Kyrie for being strong. Fuck Kyrie for not being a team player. Just get the fucking shot. You know, it's like, what do you think?
I understand both sides. Let's say that. I understand that the team has to do what's best for them under the current circumstances. If there was a law that said like he doesn't need to, he can take tests, there wouldn't be no like controversy here. Mm-hmm. Because other teams in like Buffalo, which is outside the city limits, but it's still in New York, because I think the mandate is it statewide or just?
Let's see. I'll keep talking. I'll let you know.
Yeah, because Cole Beasley, which is a wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills, he is not vaccinated, and it's all good with him, like with that team. Now I don't know if if they end up playing like the Jets or the Giants, if he's able to play, but for the most part, he's been playing fine, like every game. You know, he's not vaccinated, so I think the Nets are making the best decision for them as a team, and Kyrie's making the decision for him as a player. I will say I think it's a tricky situation where everyone's talking about like it's a private entity, like he should just get shot, and you know, if he doesn't want to play or whatever, like I think it's a bigger issue that when people talk about like COVID mandates and then affecting your livelihood of working because you don't want to take a shot or take the shot. I think that's very tricky because most of that, like if you for working, like the average workplace, we've never had this experience. I'm not using like schools or like the medical field. I don't even think all the medical field you needed regular shots. I'm not saying that, but I don't think so. And I think for schools as well, I don't think you needed regular shots. I think you needed shots for children when you first. I think like I can't remember when I needed a shot. I think it was like when you entered the.
It's like kindergarten, first grade. It's like every year up till a certain age.
Like you need updated shots or whatever. But the average work job, the average work experience, you didn't need a shot to like get a job. So this is where it gets tricky. And I know we're thinking about COVID right now, but when do they start doing that for flu shots? Like you need a COVID shot and you need a flu shot every year.
Yeah, man.
Or you need a COVID shot, a flu shot, a measles shot. It's like you need to continuously get shots to work. And like if you don't feel like getting shots, and you're right as an American for real. Like this sounds real right wingish, but like it's as you're right, you don't have to put whatever you fucking don't want to put in your body. Now I don't like when people use like excuses like, well, he's got, he's an athlete, he can put everything in his body like when he gets hurt and when he goes to surgery and stuff like that. Well, that's because he chose the key word there is he chose to do that.
Those treatments, yeah.
He chose those treatments. That means he quote unquote did the research, or he felt comfortable in doing that. If he didn't feel comfortable with doing whatever he did, then he probably wouldn't have done it. Like just like with anybody, if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to do anything. Like that's your medical right as a human being at the end of the day. So I don't feel like I understand. Like as a business, you got to do what's best for you. Kyrie doesn't want to get a shot, and I'm cool with that too. I don't know if I haven't been. I'm blessed. I haven't been forced in that situation yet.
That's what I was gonna ask next.
Yeah,
you're Kyrie Irving, right? Would you stick to your guns like he's doing? Say you're you, but you're in that situation. They're requiring you to get vaccinated. You're not sure about it. They pressure you like, hey, this and I did Google. It's a New York City mandate for indoor activities. Just for New York City indoor activities, you have to be vaccinated. But they put you in that situation. What are you gonna do? You got all this stuff on the line. Millions of dollars on the line, playoffs, NBA championship. You know what I'm saying? And you win an NBA championship, that's more money. Endorsements, deals, legacy.
I mean, I don't feel comfortable with I maybe would ask for a trade.
You'd ask for a trade to the city.
If I'm Kyrie, and I wasn't feeling if I wasn't feeling the vaccine.
Bro, but think about this though. You were in Brooklyn first.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
You brought Kevin Durant. You brought not Russell Westbrook. You brought James Harden. You brought all these players to form a team around you, with you, to make this run. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't feel comfortable, I mean, bro, like basketball is just one part of life at the end of the day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You still gotta make a decision. So you said you would not get the Smack-Nation.
If I felt the same way like Kyrie felt, like I'm dead ass, like I don't want it right now, trade me to a team trade me to a Florida team or whatever. Like it's not that serious. He already has a ring.
He got one, but one niggas on the bench got one.
You got a ring. You're a champion at the end of the day, bro.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Basketball is short term. Life is a long game. If you don't feel comfortable with something,
this is where the saying comes in. You're really tested when you have to make decisions. I'm saying it's all wrong. When the tough decision. You know what I'm saying? Like this is everybody say what they would do till they're in a situation. This situation where like everyone can say what they're gonna do until they're in the situation. Millions of dollars on the line, championship possible on the line. You got teammates. You got your family. You got organization. You got public pressure.
Yeah.
Everybody can say what they would do until they're in the situation.
Kyrie's in a tough position, bro. I can't imagine what he's going through right now.
Very tough, but he seems to be sticking to his guns. That's all for sports. Let's go to entertainment. Dave Chappelle has dropped his newest comedy special on Netflix called The Closer or Closer.
Yep.
Have you watched it?
Yes, sir.
Thoughts, reactions. Just get your thoughts and reactions first, and then we'll deal with the backlash.
Oh man, he's a genius in his story. I laughed a lot. I think I marvel in his storytelling ability. One thing I think, if I want to get better at anything, I want to be better at telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
And he does it probably the best in the game. So, telling a story and just, it's genius level activity right now for me. But
yeah, man.
I
Dave
laugh.
Chappelle. Thank you. Okay. Dave Chappelle, style wise, great comedian. Like he storytelling. I don't know if you saw he was inducted into like the comedy, some Hall of Fame and the Kennedy Center. And he told a story about his mother said that he would be a griot, and a griot is a storyteller. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of elevated his comedy to like his style. Of course, he uses stories to tell his jokes, and then he tackles very tough issues, like issues that divide people. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really talk about the Schmack Nation, but I would really love to hear Dave Chappelle talk about that. You know what I'm saying? That's where he kind of holds his place for me in comedy and in society right now. Like people want to know what he thinks about it because I think he's given a very balanced view. And then it's gonna give a balanced view, but then he's gonna be funny and he's gonna tell you how he feels.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, laughed. As a comedian myself, aspiring to become known for it, I looked at the way that he structured his jokes, the way he called back to things, the way that he set up his jokes, and one thing I like about him, it's not always predictable what he's gonna say. Like some people, you kind of know like he's gonna talk shit about white people, he's gonna talk shit about LGBTQ, but it's the way that he sets up the jokes. It's not just predictable. It's not like you're just sitting. It's not like shout out to Trayvon Diggs for the Cowboys. It's not like he could just sit on the route and pick that joint up. Like as a consumer and someone who's being entertained by him, I can't just sit on it and just know, oh, he's about to say this now, or he's about to say that now. So I enjoyed it as well. Thought it was great. The backlash. He kind of revisited and addressed some of the backlash from his previous specials as it concerns the transgender community and also the gay community. And people were calling for Netflix to take it down. He made joke. I listened to the whole thing and I didn't think that he was talking down or punching down at the transgender community. I thought that he was using the transgender community to bring awareness on how the establishment and white people are hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? Like he he's made jokes about the baby, he made jokes about niggas, he made jokes about white people, he made jokes about transgender people. And I don't think it's punching down because you're a rich, famous comedian. I think if you have a viewpoint about transgender and it happens to be funny and you think it's making light, he was as serious as you could be about talking about it to me. If you ask me, I feel like he understands his level of the gravity of his words when he's talking about it. He's not saying that you are less than, you're not human. He just said his opinion. He said, yo, every man and woman in this room came out of a woman's vagina. Like, he thinks gender is real. Some people will argue you down. There's no such thing as gender. But what I do know is that women ovulate, they have periods, they menstruate, they get pregnant, they gestate the baby, they grow the baby, they give birth to the baby. That's a woman. You know what I'm saying? And he was just making arguments about why some people feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Netflix came out, they said they won't be taking it down. So the backlash hasn't worked.
And why would they?
I don't know why they would. It doesn't make any type of business sense.
First off, Netflix knew what the fuck they signed up for. You're not signing Dave Chappelle to be PC, you're not signing Dave Chappelle to a 5 or 6 year deal and gonna censor him in his comedy. Like, he probably wouldn't even sign the deal. Like, you can't even bring that on you can't even put that in writing and slide that over on the table. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, first off, if you know Dave Chappelle is and you followed his work, you know that he has always been this type of out the box and habitual line stepper. Let's just call him that.
Yeah, but that's what comedians do.
Exactly. That's the form. That's the whole art form of comedy. It's the line step. I'll give this for you guys, for comedians. Like, you guys have a way of habitually line stepping, but it's artistic. Like you're not just being
Yeah.
in phobias for no reason. Like there's an art to it. Like
If it wasn't art, it would just be someone making a hate speech.
yes.
Or go up there talking about all the things that they don't. Going on stage and saying all the things that you don't like or you disagree with is not comedy.
Nope.
Looking at an issue and finding what's funny, finding the punchlines, finding what's controversial, and twisting it and making people like, okay, this is what you think is the problem. Well, turn it this way. Does it look like a problem from this angle? You feel me?
That is amazing. That's his talent and his skill.
That's what, and then you have to communicate it in a way that people will understand. And
multiple people
understand. And I don't know if you watched the special, but there was 2 white women.
Yep, and they were mad as hell.
They was not laughing at anything. And I was looking at him, especially towards the end when he started to like tell the story of his friend that he made that was transgender and how she told a joke. I was trying to, like, he humanized her. He told a story, and I actually missed the last part of it. I had to use the bathroom. It's on Netflix, so I'm gonna watch it again. But I guess the woman ended up taking her life, or the woman passed. And I was trying to see if maybe he could turn those 2 women in the crowd. Like maybe they would see what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people in the LGBT community are very fucking sensitive. And being sensitive is not, I'm talking about very fucking sensitive. I don't see, being sensitive is not a negative thing to me innately. Sensitive means you pick up on something that maybe some other people don't pick up on. Boom. But when you're an open, exposed nerve and can't nobody touch you without you fucking reacting in a crazy way, or not crazy, but just overly reacting, that's overly fucking sensitive, bro. Like, if you don't like the comedy, don't fucking watch the comedy.
It's kind of weird, right? It's like a mental.
It's something to that.
It's like we talked about them. You talked about them 2 white ladies. If you knew you were gonna be mad, why
they went there to be mad?
You paid money to go to Dave Chappelle show to be mad.
That's what people do. People will be like, I'm gonna go and not laugh, and he's gonna. At the end of the day, Dave Chappelle's like, I got paid $90 million to do all of this stuff. Okay.
You get mad.
I could give not that you could give a fuck but you got to know, even preachers know you can't convert everybody. Even Dr. Umar said it's some niggas that are just too far gone that we just gonna have to kill. Like that's what Dr. Umar said. But like everyone knows there's everyone can't be converted. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Everyone's not going to be a believer. Everyone's not going to laugh. But if the majority of the people are laughing, that's all you can do. Like, trust me, I've been in rooms, and if he tried to focus his attention on making someone that is hell bent on not laughing laugh, you're gonna ruin the art. He's gonna ruin his stand up. Because I was looking at the white women, I was like, I want to see if they laugh, but I didn't see Dave hone in on them and be like, you know what? I'm going to try to get through to them because their wall is up and some people you can't get through to. And for all the people that were offended, LGBT, transgender community, I'm like, did you not hear what I heard? I heard him really break down his feelings about it. And it didn't seem like it was disrespectful or mean or ill intent.
Because it wasn't about them. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't about them. It was about the patriarchy of white privilege and white.
Bro, he literally said, I'm jealous of you. He said it. He said, I'm jealous. You guys get shit done. When you guys mobilize, things happen, shit changes, laws change, all that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? If you haven't watched it, people go watch it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I was sipping some Don Julio watching it, man. It was great.
Great time.
Great time. Still sticking to entertainment, the sensation, another Netflix sensation that took over the world, and another show that I thoroughly enjoy watching, Squid Game.
Loved it. Listen, I've been listen, low key. Korean and Asian film
High
making.
key.
Top tier.
High key. High key.
Top.
Train to Busan, Squid Game.
Parasite.
Matter of fact, say that again.
Parasite.
Parasite. And another to tell people how well traveled Chris is. Chris was just in Korea, not South Korea, just not too long ago. So he kind of got to experience the culture where these films, these great films and television shows are coming from, which I think is dope.
Yeah.
And they get to play with they get to play with the North Korea, South Korea dynamic. Like they didn't do, I'm sure they did it in Parasite too, but I just didn't pick up on it. But especially in this one, you talk about there was a whole contestant that was from North Korea that had to talk about her immigration or her sneaking into the country and her being separated from her family and boom, 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 boom. But honestly, we could have a whole podcast about this fucking show. Because I love the social commentary. I love the parallels they make between, you know what I'm saying, between like actually having a fair shot in this fucking game where you could die and wanting to live in a world where you're just in debt and you're out the game for real. Like these people, a lot of these people are in so much debt that like you could work your whole life, you'll never be able to pay it off.
Like most people.
You get into certain, like most people get in this country because of getting debt in this country because of medical bills and stuff like that. But like once you get into a certain hole, it's like your odds of getting out are just almost impossible, you know. And that spoke to that. That's something that takes place in this country, not just in Korea. And the characters were funny as fuck. The old lady that was loud and shit that gave up the coochie to the nigga in the bathroom.
She thought she had a plan.
She did. She was all over. She wasn't focused enough and honed enough to do nothing. She was too loud, number one, and she didn't stick to her strategy enough. You know what I'm saying? She could have played that nigga, but she really was thinking that nigga was, you know what I'm saying? She really thought that he was gonna look out for her.
She thought listen, she tried to pick the big dog.
But she did.
And gave him some pussy. And she gave him pussy one time. You gotta continue to give this nigga pussy. Like he got the pussy one time and thought you was gonna be on his left hand or right hand.
Pussy was probably trash.
I mean, he looked like he was.
Nah, he busted. He won again. So maybe it wasn't trash.
Listen, but you gotta keep giving him pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you wanted to be right hand where he care about you, at the end of the day, everybody is for themselves at the very minimum, at the very minute level.
If you watch the whole thing, you know that.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas is moving grimy out here.
What's the dude that won? I can't remember his name. Ji-young. That motherfucker was first of all, he was goofy in the beginning. And I love that I saw this on Twitter. He taking care of everybody except his goddamn daughter. He get in the game. He want to take care of the old man. He want to take care of his friends. He want to take care of the girl. But he in the real world, fucking can't even take care of his fucking daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I guess isn't that why he went to the games to get his daughter right?
But then he win the game. He on the street for a year, not taking care of his fucking daughter.
Whole time.
Listen, I called it. Like I was like, okay, whoever wins is gonna have so much PTSD. They probably ain't even gonna want the money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Except for that the doctor nigga. Not the doctor, the financial guy with the glasses. He was cold-blooded. You know what I'm saying? He had his mission. He knew what it was. Once he took out the Indian dude, I was like, God damn, this thing cold-blooded.
No, I knew he was cold-blooded. In the viral, so it's been going viral again with the cookie. I knew he was cold-blooded there because he knew what the game was.
And he didn't tell nobody.
Tell his man, you shouldn't get the umbrella. Let's all. You could have been like, let's all stick with the circle. But he let his man get an umbrella. You saw how they was just
that nigga. Now I have a question. Which shape would be easier? Would it be the triangle or the circle?
Triangle.
The triangle, right? Because it's straight lines. The circle, you could fuck up the circle. All right.
Yeah.
But I like the way it was written. The characters are dope. The fucking what was I about to say? The organ selling. I like that part. You know what I'm saying? Because why they just wasting, bro? They're wasting bodies.
Yeah, they were in different tiers of shit where I was just like, damn, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Because organ selling is real. They mentioned it a lot in the show, and I'm like, you know what? In that part of the world, niggas can get some organs off.
Probably a good heart, a good liver, good
a
kidney.
liver, a heart, a spleen, whatever. I think they were just taking heart, liver, and whatever the fuck they was taking. You kidneys. You saying you can come up real quick off a couple organs, and they were just burning the bodies.
So before we end this out, we're still talking about Squid Games. How do you feel about the elite that came near the end? And the white man trying to fuck the boys.
I like how they were represented on some freaky shit, because I imagine that with that amount of money and access, you get into whatever freak bag you want to get into. But I don't feel bad about them betting on the people like they were horses. I really don't. Like, it makes complete sense to me. I'm like, first of all, if you're that high in the world, everything is like a game to you anyways, because it's the value is so low. Like, literally, they were buying and selling people. The banks right now, they trade our debts. This financial institution is selling our debt on the stock market. It's selling this debt. People buy debt. So it's nothing. It's not nothing, but it's not shocking to me. I guess I'm numb to it, being an American and understanding the way systems work. And then doing a little more research, finding out that we're born with serial numbers. We're a commodity. You know what I'm saying? Our social security number, our birth certificates are owned by the Vatican and shit like, you know what I'm saying? Things like this. So it was pretty entertaining, it's just that one old man. I'm happy that he didn't have to get a man the top. That would have been nasty.
Yes.
That would have been very nasty.
I'm like, bro, it's not that. It's not. It's like you way too in deep.
But I'm happy he kept the tool on him. See, you keep that file on you.
Because you will get clapped.
He keeps the situation. And then the good twist at the end when he found out dude was his brother,
Yeah. And nigga clapped him.
Then the last twist, found out the old man was running the game.
Great cinematography, great writing, man. I think I'm gonna become a fan of Asian movies, man. If you can't keep up with the subtitles, you need to go back to school.
Bro, I watch subtitles on everything already.
Me too.
Need them. I need subtitles. Because sometimes sometimes you might not hear it. Listen, help yourself out. You can see and you can hear. You know what I'm saying? God gave you eyes and ears. So
what 50 say? If I'm talking too fast, you listening too slow?
You listening too slow. I ain't talking fast, you listening too slow. So you know what I'm saying? And I'm a rewinding ass nigga, so it kind of helps me to not have to rewind things multiple times, because even if I didn't hear it right, and subtitles lag a little bit. So it's like, oh, I could catch up. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's what he said. You know what I'm saying? And I also love watching when they mess up a word or they misspell something, or I'm like, oh, that ain't what he said. They typed it wrong. I like picking that stuff up. Also, he should have got on the fucking flight, but I understand they got to be a sequel, so I get it. I'm getting on that flight.
Yeah, I'm not going through all that trauma, bro. Like listen, I don't think nobody was ready for the first red light, green light game. I don't think nobody was ready for what we saw.
Oh, yes. When they started pop, pop, pop.
I think okay, we saw the emotions of the actors, but I feel like as a collective viewing audience, we all felt the same way too. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Bro, they was popping. And I'm like, yo, they just killed 3,000. They killed hell of people. Yeah, Squid Game. If you haven't watched it, it's worth it. Bingeable. They got the little weird voiceover, but come on, son. Like, that's our American privilege. Fuckers need everything to be in English. Last thing, I guess we'll end on something funny. Chris, go ahead and tell me what Demi Lovato talking about.
Oh man, it's like this whole episode has a theme of stuff, right? So as we care about how people are represented, right? And
do we?
We care about how people are represented. We care about what their mark is on this world. So Demi Lovato, she's an interesting character, and she came out. Well, it's not an interesting character. She's a good person. I'll say that, right?
You don't know her.
I mean, for what I do know about her, right?
Okay.
She's gone
through speak to her. Okay. That's your impression.
Yeah, that's my impression. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna take back that because I don't know if she's a good person because I just ranted about that earlier. I don't know if she's a good person, but in the media, recently she came out an article or an interview, and she says that we need to stop mislabeling aliens as aliens, and we should call them E.T.s.
So you talking about like flying saucer, extraterrestrial, spaceship, extraterrestrial, or she's talking about those? She's not talking about like aliens from another country.
She said aliens. We say we're calling aliens. We're mislabeling aliens. We're misgendering aliens. I'm gonna read you the article just so that we're on the, I don't miss.
I'm gonna say this so that it doesn't get so that it gets out the way. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Okay.
That's what you say.
Shut the fuck up. You stop speaking. You speaking for aliens, like you speaking for outer space people. Okay. Who the fuck are you to speak for them? Are you an alien? You want to tell us something?
Maybe she met them.
I'm sure she did when she was on that dog food. She talked to some. She said she was on that dog food, and they said to her, "Hey, we don't like to be called aliens." And she brought that shit back from her little trip. That's what it is.
All right, I'm gonna read this from TMZ. Demi Lovato has an out of this world take that's bound to get eyeballs rolling. They think we should retire the term alien when referring to extraterrestrials. Seriously. The pop star made the bizarre plea to us, Earthlings, during an interview with Australian outlet Pedestrian TV, in which they say that the term alien itself is offensive, even as it pertains to the actual would-be aliens from outer space, who may or may not be zipping around above us. The context here is that Demi is plugging this new. She has a new show, Peacock special of hers called Unidentified, where they and their pals go looking for proof of Martians, and they seem to find something. While talking shop on their ET project, they said this: "I think that there was anything out of this world. I think that if there was anything out of this world that would want to do that to us, it would happen by now. But I think that we would have to stop calling them aliens because aliens is a derogatory term for anything." Demi Lovato asked. "That's why I like to call them E.T.s. So yeah, that is a little tidbit, a little information that I learned. It doesn't seem like Demi got this intel from the actual mothership or anything. So it's unclear if any aliens are in fact outraged by aliens, referring to them as aliens, which would be the world's definition."
This is just too close to what white women have done already in society and in public, where they become offended for other people, In comedy, I've seen it, heard of it, like people will tell jokes about somebody and the person they're telling a joke about will laugh, but a white woman will stand up and say, "That's offensive." And they're like, well, the handicapped person that I just made the joke about, they're sitting there laughing. But you are telling him that he should be offended. Okay, Demi, you was on that. What's another word for that? You was on the heron. Now you spun that into you got an extraterrestrial show. You have a feeling about it. I have no problem you expressing your feeling. This is my feeling about your feeling. You're right in line with your white cohorts and being offended for other people. You know what I'm saying? Until some aliens come out and make a tweet or make an Instagram post or a Facebook post or what's another social media, Snapchat, WhatsApp, whatever. I'm going to continue to call aliens aliens. You know what I'm saying? And I do believe in life
Me too.
On other planets. I do. Why not? Like, come on, son. The stars, the moon, the space, even I'm even think there's some inside the earth, it might be some other life. You know what I'm saying? Deep down the ocean. So Demi, that's how I feel about how you feel.
I mean, maybe she's not on the dog food anymore, but that seems like a high thought, right? Like it seems like it has to be like shrooms. Shrooms is the only way I think you can get high enough to even come over.
Yeah, because when you're on shrooms, you kind of see other planets. You don't see other planets, but you can like recognize the universes and the worlds within the world, right?
Right.
So you can see like this person has a group of friends and it's like a circle. They're surrounded by people and those people are surrounded by people and everyone's surrounded by their own little ecosystem and universe. And you might start thinking about the alien, the E.T.s. And you're like, you know what? If I was an E.T., I wouldn't want to be called an alien. I would want to be called, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be called a Negro. I want to be called an African American. Well, really, I ain't got no problem with the word Negro. I don't.
I have to internalize that. I don't think I have to internalize that one.
Negro. You call me Negro. Hey, the Negro fella.
That's crazy.
It's not that crazy. Negro is a color, black. It means
I know, like the Spanish word for black is negro.
African American. Okay.
I like black. Just call me black.
I like black too. Call me black. Because somebody at my job, he was like, the African American. I literally said to him, I say, yo, you can say black.
Yeah, it's not derogatory to say black.
I was like, yo.
If you add adjectives to black, then it becomes derogatory. See,
because sometimes white people, they be like worried if they can say it. But I'm like, if I'm describing somebody, oh yeah, there's a white guy outside looking for you. And then you be like, oh, or like say you're directing someone like, oh yeah, it's the cubicle, last cube on the left is right next to the black guy that's standing. You can say that, okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Because he is black.
He's black. You can say that. All right, Demi. It's nice to be back in potting again.
Yeah. The world missed our irrelevant takes.
Yes, man. I'm happy to make some content again. I got a little bit more time on my hands for a couple of days, so
yeah,
we can get some funny shit out to you people.
All right, you got anything to wrap us up this week, Terry? Or you got any performances that we should look out for in stage time soon?
Actually, I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm planning on trying to get out this weekend and later this week to go to do some open mics. Maybe I'll have some videos for you guys for sure.
All right. Well, I don't think I have. Cloud Envy has a new video coming soon. Go stream that new Asajj record, Space Appointment. Ali and Donate are on the way. Got a full slate of stuff to end the year out before we get back into 2022. So, just tap in with me, stay on top, in touch with everybody else, and keep showing love to the game, supporting the game. So, I thank you guys for sticking with us, tuning in to another episode of Model Talks, a safe place where we keep it player, we keep it kosher every time, all the time. And then remember, on the path to playerdom, there are 3 rules to success. Stay true to yourself, stay true to yourself, stay true to the code. I forgot our slogan. God damn, it's been that long.
Stay true to yourself, stay true to the code, and wash your hands. I think.
No. Stay dangerous. There it is.
There you go.
I see. Listen, I gotta get back in the game, man. This can't be out too long, right? So damn, man. Damn. Thank you for listening to another episode, man. We'll talk to you next week, man. Peace.